10 dating tips that actually work, no gimmicks, just results. You ever find yourself wondering why some guys just seem to get it right? I mean, they walk into a room, and instantly, women are drawn to them. It's not about the flashiest clothes, the most expensive car, or having a million followers on social media. It's something else. It's how they carry themselves, how they talk, how they listen, and how they show up differently in dating situations. Listen, dating today can feel like navigating a minefield. Everyone's glued to their phones, ghosting is practically a sport, and people talk about vibes more than actual values. But here's the thing, real, genuine connection is still possible. And it starts with how you approach it. In this video, I'm about to break down 10 dating tips that actually work. No corny pickup lines, no shady tactics, and definitely no play hard to get games. Just real, time-tested advice that'll make you a more attractive, confident, high-value man, inside and out. So if you've been burned before, if you're tired of chasing women who don't text back, if you want to build meaningful connections and start winning in your dating life without losing yourself in the process, buckle up. This one's for you. And hey, before we dive in, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on the notifications. Because I promise you, after watching this, you're gonna look at dating in a whole new way. Let's get into it. Tip 1, master the art of presence. Now, what does that mean? It means being fully in the moment when you're with her. Not thinking about what you're going to say next. Not checking your phone. Not looking around the room to see who else is there. Being locked in. Focused. Engaged. Women notice this stuff. More than you might think. In fact, one of the most common complaints I hear from women about dating today is this. It feels like guys are never really there. Their bodies are, sure. But their minds are somewhere else. And you know what? They're right. Let me paint you a picture. Imagine you're on a date. She's telling you a story about her childhood, or a recent trip she took, or a dream she has for the future. And you're already thinking about how to respond. Or worse, you're distracted by the notifications buzzing in your pocket. What happens? She feels unseen. Unheard. Unvalued. And here's the truth about attraction, it's less about what you say and more about how you make her feel. And if she doesn't feel heard or seen, attraction dies. Fast. So how do you master presence? It's simpler than you think, but it takes practice. Step 1, put your phone away. When you're with her, turn your phone off or leave it in your pocket on silent. Don't place it face down on the table, don't even bring it out. It sends a message, you're more important than anything else right now. And believe me, that matters. Step 2, make solid eye contact. I'm not talking about creepy, stare into her soul for 10 minutes eye contact. But when she's speaking, look at her. Hold her gaze for a few seconds at a time. Nod. Smile naturally. React to what she's saying. Step 3, listen to understand, not to reply. Most guys listen with the intent to respond. They're waiting for their turn to speak. Flip that script. When she's talking, focus solely on understanding what she's saying. Ask follow-up questions. Reflect emotions back to her. Example. If she says, I just started this new job, and it's been really stressful, instead of jumping in with your own story about your job, say, that sounds tough. What's been the hardest part so far? It shows you care. It makes her feel valued. It deepens connection. Step 4, slow down. When you're nervous or eager to impress, you might talk too fast, interrupt, or rush the conversation. Breathe. Take your time. Enjoy the moments of silence. They're not awkward. There's space for connection to deepen. That quiet confidence. That sense of calm presence. It's magnetic. It communicates that you're not desperate for approval. That you're secure in yourself. That you're a man who can create a safe, grounded space for others. And that, my friend, is rare. Tip 2, develop unshakable confidence. Alright, tip number 2. If presence is the foundation, this one's the backbone, develop unshakable confidence. Now, notice I didn't say fake it. I'm not talking about walking into a room with your chest puffed out like a peacock or acting like you're better than everybody else. Real confidence isn't loud. It's quiet. It's calm. It's built from the inside out. Confidence isn't about thinking you'll win every time. It's about knowing you'll be fine whether you win or not. It's not about always getting the girl. It's about knowing you're still a king whether she's into you or not. And when you show up with that kind of grounded self-belief, it's magnetic. How do you build it? 3 things. 1. Keep the promises you make to yourself. You want confidence? Start doing what you say you're going to do. Wake up when you said you would. Hit the gym when you planned to. Approach that girl when you told yourself you would. Every time you honor your word to yourself, your confidence grows. Every time you break it, you chip away at it. 2. Lean into discomfort. Confidence isn't built by playing it safe. It's forged in uncomfortable moments, starting conversations when you're nervous, taking risks, facing rejection. The more you lean into fear, the less power it has over you. And every time you push through it, you become stronger. 3. Master a skill. Nothing makes you feel more solid in yourself than competence. Whether it's fitness, business, public speaking, martial arts, pick something and get good at it. Skill builds certainty. Certainty builds confidence. Remember, a confident man doesn't need to prove himself. His presence speaks for him. And in dating? That's a superpower. Next up, tip number 3 is a conversation technique that'll instantly make you stand out from 95% of men out there. Stay with me. Tip 3, ask thought-provoking questions. And it's an absolute game changer, ask thought-provoking questions. Most guys have the same boring conversations on dates. Where are you from? What do you do? How was your day? And sure, those have their place. But if you want to be memorable, you've got to go deeper. Women aren't craving small talk. They crave connection. Depth. Curiosity. So how do you get there? By asking better questions. Examples. What's something you've always wanted to try but haven't yet? What's the most spontaneous thing you've ever done? If you could wake up tomorrow in any city in the world, where would it be and why? These kinds of questions spark emotion. They make people think. They lead to stories, laughter, and sometimes, beautiful vulnerability. And here's the kicker, when you get someone to open up emotionally, you bond faster. Pro tip. Listen closely to her answers, then dive deeper. If she says she's always wanted to skydive, ask what draws her to it. If she says Bali, ask what about Bali excites her. Layered conversations stick. Trust me, by the end of the night, she won't be thinking about how cool your car was. She'll be thinking about how you made her feel. And these kinds of conversations leave an impression. Tip 4, lead with emotional intelligence. What's emotional intelligence? It's the ability to read the room, pick up on subtle cues, and respond with empathy. It's knowing when to push, when to pull back, when to joke, and when to listen. Most men either come off too aggressive or too passive in dating. The key is balance. You want to be assertive, but also emotionally aware. How to develop it? Notice her body language. Is she leaning in? Smiling? Making eye contact? Or is she glancing around, arms crossed, fidgeting? Adjust your energy accordingly. Pay attention to tone. If she seems withdrawn, ask if she's okay. If she's excited, match her energy. Practice empathy. Put yourself in her shoes. How might she be feeling in this moment? What might she need from you emotionally? Emotionally intelligent men are rare. They create spaces where women feel safe to be themselves. And when a woman feels emotionally safe, that's when true connection, and attraction, happens. Tip 5, be ambitious. Here's the truth, women are biologically wired to be drawn to men who are going somewhere. Not necessarily rich, not necessarily famous. But driven. Purposeful. Focused. Your ambition isn't just about money or status. It's about being a man on a mission. Having a vision for your life. Goals you're chasing. Challenges you're conquering. Why it matters. Ambition signals security. A man with purpose isn't easily thrown off by setbacks. It makes you more attractive because you naturally command respect. And it gives you fulfillment outside of relationships, which ironically makes you less needy and more desirable. So if your life's been stuck in neutral, start shifting gears. Read books. Hit the gym. Learn new skills. Build your empire, whatever that looks like for you. Because a man with ambition is a man women remember. Tip 6, know your non-negotiables. Dating isn't about convincing people to like you. It's about figuring out if they align with your values, vision, and lifestyle. And to do that, you have to know what matters to you. Examples of non-negotiables. Does she value family? Is she financially reckless? Does she respect your boundaries? Is honesty a priority for her? Why this matters. Without non-negotiables, you'll settle for surface-level chemistry and ignore red flags. You'll waste time on relationships that don't serve you. And you'll lose yourself chasing people who were never meant to be in your life. High-value men date intentionally. And that starts by knowing exactly what you will, and won't, tolerate. Tip 7, stop pedestalizing women. Listen, you should respect women. Admire them. Cherish good ones. But you should never place anyone so high above you that you lose your sense of worth in the process. Why it's a problem? It creates imbalance. You start chasing validation instead of connection. You ignore bad behavior because you're afraid to lose her. You give up your power in the dynamic. Remember, she's human. Flawed. Beautiful. Imperfect. Just like you. And the healthiest relationships are built on mutual respect, not worship. Tip 8, master the art of storytelling. Want to be unforgettable? Learn to tell a good story. Stories captivate. They entertain. They reveal who you are without bragging. How to do it? Start with a hook, you won't believe what happened to me last summer. Set the scene. Add emotion, humor, and tension. End with a punchline or a lesson. The guy who tells great stories isn't just fun, he's magnetic. And in dating? That's gold. Tip 9. Don't be afraid of silence. Most guys panic when conversation lulls. But silence isn't your enemy, it's a sign of comfort. It gives space for tension, curiosity, and reflection. Pro tip. Lean back. Smile. Hold her gaze during pauses. Let the moment breathe. It builds anticipation and deepens intimacy. The man who's comfortable in silence is often the one in control of the room. Tip 10, walk away when necessary. Not every connection is meant to last. And a man's strength is often shown by what he's willing to walk away from. Why this matters? It protects your self-respect. It teaches others how to treat you. It ensures you only invest in women who genuinely value you.